And we are back with round 3. Get to play round 3 this time. Well, I'm gonna go first, but I've won the die roll every match so far, and I've lost every match. So hopefully this will be third time as charm, and I can go ahead and win at least a game and kind of go from there. Here we have removal, all of our colors, and a threat. Draw spell. Definitely going to keep this thing. It's like a very good hand. Depending on how things go, you know. Hopefully we'll do all right. The imp is sort of a removal spell as well, but alpha's pretty good. And I think this deck could have used a couple other heavy hitters. I know it hasn't drawn the best. I mean, that's quite evident. Played against a obviously very aggressive deck, and that's pretty tough too. Grasp of the Hieromancer has been really good against us. Just not enough removal, which is strange because we have quite the normal amount of removal spells. It's just been tough to get it all online when we've needed it. So hopefully we can just get a win in here, win a pack, and learn from our mistakes. That's always the way that it goes. I don't know if Bonded Construct's going to eat a Reef Soul. It's definitely not something I'm going to kill, turn 2, because it won't be able to attack. So we'll go ahead and play the Fetid Imp. I mean, Eyeblade Assassin looks like it may be able to take care of that. So we'll play the Fetid Imp, play Assassin next turn. If we don't draw the 4th land, we can play the Read the Bones, so that's always a good thing. The only issue with playing the Eyeblade Assassin and then the Read the Bones, we will not be able to leave up the Death Touch for the Fetid Imp. We're going to have removal and then draw some cards. So I mean, we don't want to trade the Fetid Imp for anything too small in the early game anyways. We want to use it for a bigger creature. I mean, it's going to hold off the Goblin Glory Chaser. So so here's a question. We have the ability to kill off the Glory Chaser, which makes the construct not nearly as good. But I still think I'm going to kill off the Bonded Construct because the Assassin and the Imp actually hold off the Glory Chaser without some other sort of spell. Our opponent's stuck on 1 land, which is unfortunate for him. I never really am a huge fan of those sorts of games where somebody's either mana flooded or mana screwed, as it were. It just makes it not as enjoyable. Hopefully you can draw some lands and make it a game. I mean, maybe his deck is all just 1-drops, so maybe he only needs 1 or 2 lands to be able to play every spell he's got. But that seems a little bit difficult in a limited format. But you never know. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and play the Eyeblade Assassin. Then we're gonna go ahead and kill off the construct, I think, here. Yeah. That's, maybe wrong, but we still have the Resoul if we absolutely have to. So I'm okay with that. Like, if he Fire Impulses, the Assassin gets in with a Glory Chaser, but we draw a land, I'll go ahead and play the Gilder and then Resoul it if I have to, but unfortunately, opponent's still stuck on 1 land. It's just sometimes the breaks. I'm gonna go ahead and play the Alpha pre-combat. I'm gonna leave. So we'll go ahead and attack with the Assassin. I mean, it's not really that big of a deal, I guess, because it's not the chump block. But if he were to chump block and then try to play, I don't know, something that pumps for 1 mana, which there isn't anything, could be a little bit different. But I'm just gonna go ahead and attack with both of these guys. Titan Strength is an option, but they would just trade. So I think that's okay. Even if he has Titan Strength to attack into the Summerworld Alpha, I'm gonna go ahead and block anyways. It's just, if he's got it, and he'll always have it. But then again, maybe not. I mean, if he does attack, even if it gets renowned, I can still re-soul. So maybe I don't block, because then I'll. Oh, well, we're just gonna go ahead and go to game 2, I guess. I mean, stuck on one land for too many turns, just like my FNM last night. You know, it just loses you the game. Not really much else to say. Unfortunately, didn't really see a lot from our opponent, so sideboarding is going to be very difficult. He's probably aggressive, which maybe, you know, Automaton could come in for like Draga Invocation or Hishkla Recluse, but I don't know. Gnarlroot Trapper actually is better in this matchup because the 1/1, maybe we can match his Glory Chaser with Trapper. Seems like it might be okay. I could even do the Thornbow Archer and match the 1/2 that'll actually block the construct. If Thornbow Archer was triggered for every elf that attacked, like Dwynen does, it would be amazing. But unfortunately, it is not. I'm just going to go ahead and resubmit this until we have a little more information from our opponent. I think the deck's okay. You know, like I said before, just wasn't playing up to snuff. Unfortunately. See, this is unfortunate. They actually probably have to mulligan. 2 6-drops, a 2-drop, but no lands to cast it. So yes, we draw a 4, so we can cast 1 spell, but it's still only 1 spell until turn 6. So it's unfortunate to have to mulligan that. It's unfortunate to have to mulligan this. I guess I keep this and hopefully draw a swamp. It's not really too much else to say. You know, hopefully just draw the swamp and get there, but it's gonna be tough. Well, I didn't have either of the 1-drops this time, so that's good. Just gotta, you know, draw that other land. I mean, a swamp would be good because we get the Reeve Soul. Play the Gilder, where we'll be one other land away from playing either Dwynen or Sommerwald Alpha. Definitely be a good thing. I'm gonna be playing mono red. That'd be awesome. Majoring Bully is probably going to be pretty good against us. So here's a question. The Reeve Soul and save damages, or to play the Gilder and hopefully try to get to either Dwynen or Somewhat Alpha next turn. Probably would be the Dwynen. I think I'm going to play the Gilder. If he has removal spell, I mean, I'm not going to block. So if he has a removal spell, it's going to be really bad for us because that stops our mana production. But, I mean, I can't just sit and not play spells. So, I mean, our only other option is to draw either a forest or a swamp next turn. Play Dwayne, and if I don't draw anything, obviously I'll re-soul something. But, like I said, I'm not doing any blocking against that thing. If he has a Fire Impulse, Gilder's just going to be toasted, but Magmatic Insight, yeah, it pumps for prowess, but at least it's not Impulse unless he draws it off of the draw 2 here. Not blocking. I sure hope he didn't Magmatic Insight and discard a mountain and then didn't draw another land. That would be really unfortunate. We'll see after main phase 2 though. I don't want to assume too much. There we go. Okay, that's good. That'd have been pretty Pretty rough. So that's, you know, rough draw. Not much there that's really helpful. I think he's not always going to have spells to pump the bully, and it always just has to attack in. So I'm going to re-soul the Glory Chaser, as that makes it more difficult to block later in the game, because he would get run out, because I still can't block. And this allows me to attack in as well. But that's the thing, is that at no point can I lose my mana producer. I have to get to 4 mana. I have to get another land. If I can play a Dwynen, even with a removal spell, play another one, it'll sit pretty well. So far, at least with the smaller creatures. But I mean, I don't have any other choice other than keeping the Gilder and then drawing one more land. That's actually pretty flower in the swamp. I've never noticed that before. Strange that the swamp has better flowers than the forest does, but I suppose that happens. Another enchantment deck. We've just been wrecked by Bloodlust, Grasshole Hieromancer, is it Infernal Scarring? Is the other one? Usually does not happen, but today has just been the day of enchantments get you. Yep. And unfortunately we're not playing the best setup to fight the enchantment war. I mean, we have the caterpillar, don't have anything else though. The biggest problem though is that the removal is just a little bit light, and it's not. I wouldn't say it was horribly light. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, 5 removal spells out of 8 spells plus the minor masses can sometimes be removal. That's not as light as it could be, but you know they've just been piling on one creature, and I've not had an answer for just the supersize me. And there's no way to race that. You know, 7 power. I'm gonna take it this turn, play the alpha, and maybe I get a chance to double block. But seems like it's pretty much not gonna happen. So here we go. Finally got a removal spell. I guess it's fight. I get to attack at least, gain a life, and then fight. And I don't survive through it, so you know, it's not a bad draw. Definitely something that's going to be useful. I don't want to attack there. Hopefully he doesn't have any other of the infectious bloodlusts, and we can you know, get kind of a 2 for 3. Even though that 2 for 3 has really knocked our life total down a lot, and he still has 4 cards in his hand. That's the thing, he hasn't had to drop a bunch of other creatures to try and get through. He's just been able to you know, stack everything on 1. And our mulligan to 5 and, you know, slow out of the gate makes that a lot more possible. I don't remember which one's the revealed one. I think it's this one. We'll see if he has another bloodlust. We didn't find it with the first one, so he's probably not going to find it with the second one, so that's all the bloodlusts. You know, he's stuck on 3 mana. It looks like it's mono red as best as I can tell. Unless he's splashing something, you know, pretty small. But yeah, he's still going to have, yeah, you know, other big plays. I mean, Dwynen stops the Sergeant, so it's not the worst thing in the world, at least right now. But if he throws another, another enchantment or a pump spell onto it or something, it's definitely going to be pretty rough. Unfortunately, the Fetid Imp doesn't really do much against the Crowan Sergeant. Neither does Somberwald Alpha. The 2 toughness with the first strike is bad news bears. Somberwald Alpha is meant to be aggressive, and right now we're just trying to hold down the fort, which doesn't look like is going to happen real well. It's definitely going to probably make us so Dwynen can't block, attack, and get renowned. I mean, Dwynen still blocks the 3/3. You know, we'll go down to 4, but I'm not dead yet. Yep. Definitely very aggressive. I may have to try and lower my curve again. The nice thing is if I can draw land, I can actually attack back with the Gilder, play the Alpha, and gain a life. I'll go back up to 5. A lot, but every little bit is helpful. If I draw another Elf, like another Gilder or something, I might even do that. Just play the Gilder, and then, or like a Visionary or something, and attack with the Gilder, just to gain some life. There we go. Yep. So we're definitely going to go ahead and attack in with the Gilder. Oh no, when he attacks. Well, either way, getting some damage, but I forgot that it was that Dwynen had to attack as well. That's fine. I mean, so if he has like the haste renown elemental, getting another blocker down is important. Gotta just try to stonewall his attacks for a little bit. Hopefully we can draw out of our unfortunate mulligan. Well, that, I mean, kills us in 2 turns. So, don't really have any choices. The Rogue's Passage is going to, finish our clock for us. So this is probably going to kill the Dwynen. Oh, did he not choose? Oh, he chose his own creature as the target. I almost did that when I played. I don't know if it was Fiery Conclusion, but it was something like that. Yeah, it was Fiery Conclusion, where I targeted my own creature as the one that was targeted with the conclusion, and then, but I caught myself before I actually had it go off, because it didn't really feel like it read right. But yep, and that's the thing about Magic Online, is that it's a little bit rough on, misclicks, or your thought as far as how you do the spell is different than what MTGO has as. Well, it's one of those things where this would actually be amazing if I had the mana to cast it. I could wipe his board, get in for some damages, but it's just been that sort of day where I've drawn everything out of sequence. It's been pretty unfortunate. And like I can't even attack in with the Somberwald Alpha because now this is Renown. Um, opponents just always had everything that it's needed. I'm definitely gonna attack in with Dwynen, and I'll gain the life. But yeah, I know that. I knew that was a misclick. Yeah, like I said, your mindset as far as how a spell is supposed to work is just way different than what the programmers of the program have thought of, and you know, it's just kind of how it works sometimes. But I mean, he's just gonna take the damage. Um, and then he'll get in unblockable probably. Oh, I was gonna play the Fetid Imp. Oops. That actually might might have been able to kill him with Draga's Invocation, but no, I don't have those as an option. Yep. Oh, just playing another Sergeant. Here I thought that he was just going to, and then now he can just attack, actually. Wow. Yep, a lot of good spells. Yeah, mono red. Makes your mana base pretty perfect. Allows you to play all those other lands that are awesome, and those are the things. Interesting. So if I would have played the Fetid Imp and I draw a land here as I'm going to, might have actually been able to, well, not fully wipe his board, but, you know. I mean, his attacks aren't great. I mean, I still can't attack. How is this a 3-2? Oh, because it's a 2-1. Ha! Silly me. Yeah, I mean, I still has first strike. So block here. I mean, I can attack here. I think I'm gonna leave back blockers for one more turn and see what happens. Yeah, if he just goes unblockable here and attacks, I might gain. So he's going unblockable with the goblin. We might actually just be able to pull this off with the invocation. It'd be really nice to draw into the land so we can attack with the Gilder as well. Just like that. So we'll see what happens. I mean, this is if this actually happens, it's a total win because he messed up the fiery conclusion, and I hate to see him take advantage of things that way, but that's what's gonna happen. So there we go. Capitalize on mistakes. I made a couple here and there as well. Obviously, I'm not anywhere near perfect. Won a pack. It wasn't great. Got really steamrolled by a few people. I did like the deck. I actually thought it was cool again that I was able to draft that sort of, the elf deck. It just didn't come together. A combination of bad plays by me, some bad draws by me, and all those other things that go along with it. So Gonna go ahead and get this uploaded and hopefully do another draft next week. And gonna head out of here and hopefully see you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. May have some laughs at me or something. Leave me some comments. Leave me, if you guys like something, you guys want me to do something differently, let me know. I don't know what people are interested in. If they want more or less, want me to change something up. Um, yeah, just let me know. Keep me posted. So, gonna go ahead and get out of here, and hopefully you guys have a good time checking things out. Thanks a lot.